Hi Ed, this is my demo for milestone 3. I'll start by just showing off the actual project and then I'll go through my code. So right now, all of this outside is the same as the last milestone. But this, the stars of our show are we have the chicken butt here. Right now he is doing the walk animation, and we have the mouse. He's not doing joyful jump. He's doing the Roomba dancing. So right now the way it works is 1, 2, 3 controls the chicken bots animations, and 4, 5, 6 control the mouse's animations. I'll start with the chicken bot. If I hit 2, he'll switch to the shot front animation, and if you might have noticed that was a transition instead of a hard cut this time. And if I hit 3, he'll switch to the hit front, and if I hit 1 again, he'll go back to walking. Shot front, walking. Not perfect, but he did transition. And then here for the mouse, he's 4 has for the Roomba dancing, 5 will have him do hip hop dancing, and then 6 will make him do Gangnam style. My one complaint is right now it is a bit stuttery, and I'm not sure why, but it is transitioning rather than a hard cut, so we take our wins. Now for the code here. Here I have my mixer, and we're doing this actually sending like the information to the GPU in an update function I made here. So just binding, getting the locations, and just sending everything. My world compute is pretty similar. I have an update function so I can call to just do all my binding and sending the data to the GPU. If I go to my game here, this is kind of the setup I have for one of my animations. So creating the graphics objects, skin texture, the animation skin, setting my variables for scale and transform and all that fun stuff. And here I'm also creating my mixer, and my mixer is stored in my animation controller. So if we go into here, so I have a transition animation function. It takes in the name of the new clip that I want, and the transition time is how long essentially I want it to go for. If I go back to the game here, I'm passing in like 1.0 over 120, or I guess instead of saying how long I want it to take, it'd be more accurate to say how long I'm incrementing by. So if we want to go back to my animation controller, and I can kind of go through my the logic here. No, that's the wrong one. This is what we want. So my animation controller, I've added a couple things. I store temporarily my transition clip, so the clip that I'm transitioning to, as well as a boolean for whether or not I'm transitioning. I also store the transition time, and then how far along we are in that transitioning. And then in my update function, I just have a simple if else. If we are transitioning, we're going to do some extra work. Otherwise, we're just going to stick to the classic animate, which is just passing our mixer and the current time. A quick peek at that. It's this wonderful function. So getting the correct frames and then passing those to the mixer so that it can update them on the GPU. The transition's a bit more interesting. If we go to there, we are passing in the current animation time, the transition current time, and then like the increment, the new clip that we're switching to, and our mixer. And this is the same mixer that's stored in the animation controller. And what I'm doing here is I'm getting the appropriate the appropriate frame, sorry, from each clip, and getting the SSBOs from each of those, and then passing that to my mixer and calling update. And that gets me the transition that I demonstrated earlier. Let's see what else. If I run this again, you'll also notice that the mouse, he is lighted now. He has light. And I'm showing that so I can go into my shaders here. I'll start real quick, go over the skin texture. It's a little bit modified so that it has lighting, light color and position. And I'm essentially doing very similar to what the point light, texture point light diff shader does. But instead of using a world matrix, we're using the skin matrix. So essentially like swapping those out. And then we can kind of just show the compute matrix here, which is just, this is the compute mixer, which is just essentially doing the, linear interpolation and the slurps. We're passing in our different keyframes and getting our result. Different functions for slurp and lerp. I guess in this case it's called mix, but you know, you get the idea. And then, yeah, compute world matrix, taking in the bone, hierarchy table, result, and inverse bind. And then I guess I should probably show where the world matrix is being stored. And that is stored in the game object anim skin, right there, as well as a couple pointers to the actual shaders themselves, so I don't have to use externs or go finding them all the time. We are just calling the update world, set world, and then a compute function that I made, which used to have a mixer in here, which has been moved to the animation controller, as I showed earlier. And this is where I'm calling world compute update. I think that kind of sums up the project as is right now. So yeah. Bye.